shot down my leg, like my right leg. And I ended up kicking the nurse. Like I said, I don't know what happened. My left leg kicked the nurse, and my right one felt like a lightning bolt had shot down it. Alright, let us say the YouTuber's prayer. May we be focused, literally, camera, may we be focused, and this video goes well. Amen. Hey everyone, welcome to Blkbored Bs. I am Ant, right in my face. Anywho, happy Friday. I know this is late, but you know, it is what it is. Today I'm going to be making this video especially for my newborn, Baux. I'm going to be talking about my birthing experience, my pregnancy experience, my mental capacity for it all, and how I'm doing well or not so well with it. Honestly, I'm just going to be getting a lot off my plate right now because I'm feeling really down. And I'm an overthinker, so I want to basically just get a lot off of my head and off my mental. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Dark times now. If you're not new to this channel, if you're returning to this channel, how you doing, boo? Genuinely, how are you doing? No matter what you just said, I bet you're doing better than me right now. My son is 16 months old, or whatever. He was born December 8th, 2020, and he was the worst labor experience I've ever had. I've got 4 kids. He was by far the worst, and I will tell you all about that as soon as I find the thing that combs my eyebrows. When you think you're organized and you're not. Okay, so I have mentioned this a few times during the beginning of this whole panini that we have going on right now. I was working another job, mainly to get tickets to go see NCT 127 because they were supposed to be coming in LA and somewhere else in California. And we in Myra were going to go take a trip out to LA. Instead of going back to LA like we did last time and getting really crappy seats to where we couldn't even get the stuff that they were like throwing out to the audiences. We would be able to get a better view. Really, Blondie? Anyways, I ended up working at this job. I absolutely hated it, but the pay was going to be good enough for us to get the tickets in the spots that I wanted us to get them. Time goes by, I'm working, and I'm starting not to feel so well. I wonder why. And in my head, I'm just like, no, it can't be. There's no way. Mentally, I was already done having children. I wasn't gonna have any more. I was gonna have my 3, live my best life. Universe had other plans. Universe laughed at me and said, one more. And I decided to go home. And here's the weird thing though. While I was at work, I had a sudden craving to take a packet of mayonnaise, rip it open, suck it out the packet. For why? That was my thing. And then on top of that, I was starting to get really lightheaded and really, not really nauseous, but just really lightheaded. Any simple thing that I was like asked to do or wanted to do would just drain me of all of my energy. And that's when it hit me. Bitch, you could be pregnant. I was in denial, but I bought a test anyway because the weekend was coming up and I wanted to drink. So I decided to get a test. I ended up getting the test and was like, it's gonna be a false, it's gonna be negative. There's no way in hell. No way. It's gonna be negative. Sure shit, it came out positive. If you can imagine this, I was not in the happiest minds at all. I didn't I was done. Like, I was done having kids. And I didn't feel like I had it in me to have any more. If you know what I'm trying to get at. It was what it was. So can you imagine, like, being in a panorama and, you know, being pregnant? Like, just the sheer scarcity of it. I mean, I'm not really that worried about it because I'm very much so an introverted person, but I'm also an overthinker, and I probably think into things way deeper than they need to be thought about. So, yeah, that I had to deal with all of that going on. So yeah, I find out I'm pregnant. It has several breakdowns. I tell my husband about it. Obviously blame him for it, because I'm not taking responsibility for that. Nope. No. No. But eventually I get over it. I'm the kind of person who can accept things easily. Like, it'll take me a minute, but that's just how my brain functions. I think about things for a long time, and then I'm just like, well, it's just another chapter, you know, in my story. It's another experience. It's another lesson I gotta learn at something that, you know, I probably shouldn't think that deep into. Not that big of a deal. You're pregnant. You're bringing another life into this world. This crazy world. I got over it. Speeding it on up. I noticed that during my pregnancy, I really didn't want to do the things that I did with my other kids. You know what I mean? Like, I really didn't want to do, like, the maternity pictures. I really didn't care to do, like I don't know, a lot of things. I think at that time, I just wanted to, I'm deciding back and forth whether I want to use this primer or not. Sorry, it keeps making me take the cap on or off. I just had a lot going on in my head. Like, there was a lot of things that I wanted to do. I wanted me and Myra to help boost the channel more. I wanted to do more videos. I had more ideas. You know what I mean? I wanted to do a lot, and I couldn't do a lot of the things that I wanted to do. Wow, you're a squeaky one. Basically, I had already known that a lot of things were going to be put on hold because of the pregnancy and because of just because of the pregnancy. I'm just going to dump it down to that. I'm not saying that it's a terrible thing, but that's just what it was for me at that time. Oh, this is cool. And it does smell like my chocolate chip ice cream. As I'm going over my birthing plan with my doctor, you know, they always ask the questions of, well, how do you want it? Do you want, like, do you want the mirror to see the baby coming out? Or do you want your partner to be there? How many people do you want in the room? But this time it was different because of the whole Pixar going on. The questions were mad different. Do you want the umbilical cord to stay connected? Do you want chest to chest time after the baby's born? What was another one that they asked? Oh, tell us any prior concerns that you have about this hospital. Now, this hospital that I've birthed Baux at, I birthed my other 3 kids at Emmett, White, and Amina. I birthed all of them there at the hospital. The only time I've had a bad experience at that hospital was when I went to go birth my daughter. Specifically because there was a nurse who just got fired there for posting racist public remarks on her Facebook about how she doesn't care for POC or Black people, that she takes her time when it comes to caring for them, even in rushed emergencies, and she doesn't really care for POC or Black babies. She doesn't care at all. And then, not to mention, there was another nurse there who was on record for, like, mishandling infants. So all I put in my thing was, can I just make sure that people handle my baby well? That'd be cool. That'd be cool if people don't mishandle my baby. That'd be great. And my doctor was very concerned with what I had put, because he was like, I have never heard of this experience happening to any of my other patients before. I'm gonna definitely put this on record. I want you to have the best experience ever. He was great. He's amazing. Also, Oh, wonderful, wonderful, my favorite headache. You were late. You were late. You were supposed to be born December 1st. You waited 7 whole days, and you were making mommy really big. So big that it was concerning my doctor, actually, because of how much weight I was gaining, how fast I was gaining the weight. And then not only that, but you were late. With that being said, they had to induce me. I had to get an inducement date. Once I got my inducement date, I was nervous because I thought it was going to be one of those, okay, you just go in, they stick the stuff in your arm, it boosts your contractions and your labor process. Poof, you have a baby. Not like that at all. What they had to do for me was a 2-step thing. Now what they did was they took this little bowl thing and they shoved it up my pocketbook, and they filled it with fluid to help expand my my cervix to about 1 to 2 centimeters, I think it was. I don't remember, but it was something like that. And I would know that it had reached, or not 1 or 2, it was 3, up to 3. And then once it hit 3, it was gonna fall out on its own. And they said sometimes it doesn't fall out, sometimes it does, but you're gonna come back the next day after we put that in so we can go ahead and monitor you and possibly switch out medications depending on how your body handles this process. My body handled it quite well. My body was like, okay, we're stretched enough. It had my temporary contractions that little ball gives you, and we're gonna spit this thing out and we're gonna call it a day. You're gonna be at 3, no problem. Which it wasn't a problem, because after I had done that, my body had spit it out. I was on my way to the hospital, and I still wasn't contracting though. I wasn't contracting in the way that they wanted me to contract. I wasn't going fast enough. And I wasn't, for the first time ever in all of my pregnancies, I wasn't feeling any contractions. I was laying back, living my best life in the bed, and the doctors would come in, or the nurses would come in, and they would be like, can you feel that? And I would sit there and be like, feel what? And they would be like, you're contracting, and I would be like, no, I don't believe you. Because I wouldn't feel anything. It was nothing. So after that, I believe they gave me a pill to try and help with the contractions, to get them going at a faster pace. After they had given me that, you know, things started to speed up and then they started to slow down. And then after that had gone on, they came back and they were like, well, you're starting to slow down again. We're going to go ahead and we're going to give you the IV. And I was like, okay, cool. How long is this going to take? And they said, sometimes people ask for the, well, they also asked me if I wanted to take epidural. And I said, absolutely yes. I would love an yes, epidural, please. Epidural me the fuck up. Yes. Because I don't want to feel nothing. I'm not brave like that. Sorry. Yeah, so they gave me the epidural. Or not the epidural. They gave me the, and they say typically when people get this IV, they immediately ask for the epidural. Do you want us to set that up for you? And I said, well, how long does it normally take? And they said typically immediately. Sometimes it doesn't work, but the majority of the time it does work. I said, all right, cool. Took the husband out to go get some food, because I could still eat at that point before I got my epidural. Once I can't even remember what I ate. I just remember the sheer pain. Just pain. It was fine, it was tolerable, I could breathe through it before. Not this time. Not even close to this time. Could I even try and breathe through it? It was so unbelievably painful. Like she had mentioned earlier, I immediately asked. This might be a crappy makeup look today, guys. But keep going. You can do this. I asked for my epidural. I cried. This was the first time I actually cried. Because it was just so painful. And I couldn't hold it in anymore. Not at all. Pretty sure there's a method to this madness. We'll figure it out. The weird thing about getting this epidural was when I got it this time, they always forewarn you it's going to feel like a bee sting or a pinch or whatever. Just breathe, try not to jump or move, and they give you the whole breakdown of the process. And when they were doing that this time, I was in the middle of having a contraction. I don't know if I jumped or if I moved. I don't know what happened, but when I got stuck with the epidural, I felt like an electric shock shot down my leg, like my right leg. And I ended up kicking the nurse. Like I said, I don't know what happened. My left leg kicked the nurse, and my right one felt like a lightning bolt had shot down it. But at this point, I didn't care. Like, I apologized. My nurse was so sweet. She was from Tennessee with her little Tennessee accent. It was so adorable. I loved everything about it. She was like, "Oh, honey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just breathe. You're fine. You're fine. Grip my hand if you need to." Just being the best nurse ever. And can I say, nurses like that, like, are needed, are wanted. You know what I mean? They help diminish the stereotype that a lot of nurses are crazy and they just don't really care about you. They're too exhausted or tired. If you've never heard that before, you're probably gonna hear it now from me. I had nothing but ladies in there. Yeah, not one dude. Except for the people who came and did the epidural. They were dudes, but everything else felt really tribal and really chill and really nice. Who were helping me, making sure that the baby was okay, making sure that I was okay. They came in on the dot every time. And I don't know if it helped with that I had to write my concerns on the piece of paper, because the nurse that helped deliver Baux was very concerned and was definitely wanting to know, okay, well, what nurse did this? What nurse said this? We don't want her in here. And I was like, oh, we ain't got to worry about it. Now she's fired. I just want to make sure that it doesn't happen again. So I don't know if that helped a lot with making sure that I didn't get any crappy nurses in there and received nothing but love at that time. Okay, so now we're down to the birthing. When it came to birthing, wow. Ooh, this is really good. Fast. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention, when I got the little labor enhancer, for lack of a better word, because I don't remember, it sped me up really fast, because I thought it was going to be a breeze with this whole inducement thing. I thought it was going to be an absolute breeze. It was not. I was literally in there on the 7th, but I didn't birth until the morning of the 8th. So I was in that hospital for a good 20-something hours. Probably a full day. I'm not gonna lie, no bullshit. Probably a good day. But once I got it into the IV inducement, oh, it sped up. Because before that, I was in 4 centimeters for hours. Like, my body wasn't budging, it wasn't taking it. Baux did not want to come out. He said, nope, this is my home now. I want to live here forever. Which, honestly, I can't blame him. 2020 was trash. And I think it, like, handed notes to 2021. Because ain't much changed, really. Still dealing with this freaking Panda Express. But, like I said, after I got the shot, everything sped up. So after being at 4 for hours, I was suddenly at 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 9.5, and it was time to push. To me, I'm like, oh, thank God, finally, get this kid out of me. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I can't even remember how many nurses, like, flooded my room. And this is what I mean when I said it got tribal. I'm pretty sure there was at least maybe 6 nurses in there just to make sure that I was good. Just to make sure that I was good. And that felt amazing. It really did. To have my doctor care, the nurses care. That Tennessee nurse, I will never forget. Tennessee nurse, I highly doubt you're watching this. I don't even know if you know or have a YouTube, care for YouTube, whatever. You're amazing. Absolutely amazing. My mom wasn't allowed to be there. It was one person only type deal. And she felt very mother figure-ish to me. I was so thankful there for that, because it's nice to have the husband there, but nobody can replace the mom. About that. I have no idea what the hell happened. I guess my camera just decided it was done. But I don't know if you heard the rest of the story. The delivery room felt very tribe-ish with so much positive female energy, so much care in the air, if you get what I'm saying. I actually ended up really liking this look at the end. I hope you really enjoyed the little montage I threw in of my little handsome baby boy. We all know he's cute. He's so cute. But yeah, if you liked this video, go ahead and leave us a fat like. Don't forget to comment, share if you want to, and subscrizzle. Oh, also, real quick throw in, Myra's actually coming back. So we should have another 2 videos of her. And I think in another video, I want to talk about all her accomplishments, or in one of the videos. Also, I think I'm going to ask Myra to explain to you guys why she's been gone. I promise you all positive things, and you're going to want to support her and do nothing but the best and wish nothing but the best for her. Because girl is out here grinding, okay? Grinding. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that, and I hope to see you next episode. I hope your day stays wonderful, and I will catch you next time. Love you all, and bye, bitches. I don't know what that was. Don't judge me, okay? Okay, but look at this. Look at this look, though. Look at this. A saved wig I forgot about, and a makeup catastrophe I thought was going to go 100% wrong.